Hello ladies and gentlemen, it is I, Logan aka Frostfire, your resident 300k Akali main and streamer, here to share some insight into the mechanical mystery of the champion that I main called Akali. We're gonna go over her combos and some tips, tricks, and strategies that I know of. Let's get into it. So, let's go over her combos. First and foremost, you probably already know her main combo, but just in case you don't, her most common combo is QR Auto E Auto. It is not the most efficient or damaging combo, but it's the one you'll be using the most, if you can't get proper setup for her second combo. Her second combo is the most damaging one, but it takes a lot of time to set up, and if your opponent knows how to play as or against Akali, it's really easy to read. Thankfully not many people do though. The combo is Q Wait. R Auto Gunblade QE Auto. It does the most damage since you get 2 Qs off as opposed to 1, but it has the drawback of the stuff I mentioned earlier. Another vital combo to know is her fast combo. This is not a combo I see anyone else using, so I feel the need to include it here. The combo is Q ER Auto. As you see, this is the fastest of her combos and sadly not one I see utilized often. It's great at 100-0 bursting people who get in your face, and chunking people who don't respect your range and zoning potential you have. One last thing worth showcasing is, it's really easy to juke skill shots if you do this. As you just saw, dash onto them and immediately shroud to the side. They'll have no idea where you went and will likely send the skill shot somewhere you aren't. Which is the important part, right? Those are the main combos that I use and see other people using. Now let's talk about some tips and strategies that I and many others have picked up in one way or another. First off, let's talk about her animations. Akali is not like Riven, where there are 67 different animation cancels possible with each combo. Akali is a champion with only 2 distinctive cancels that I am aware of, her Q and E. Her Q auto normally looks like this. But as you've probably noticed, like Victor's Q, the animation can happen way faster if you time it correctly. Once you get used to Akali, your Q autos should look something like this. That was her Q animation cancel, now onto her E's. As I'm showing you now, her E can be cancelled by pressing R during the animation. Overall, these don't serve that big of a purpose compared to something like Riven, where trades literally rely on it, but considering how they delayed and cut down her burst damage, fuck you right, Reckless. Late game, literally every single millisecond counts if you're trying to assassinate someone, so the damage and time matters. Now let's try going over another part of her kit, trading. In my honest opinion, Akali is legitimately overpowered at trading in top lane if you know what you're doing. Her Q does a shit ton of damage level 1, and if you learn how to use and abuse her E, you're gonna be one of the best champions for trading in top lane, only beaten by someone like Fiora. Now let's talk about her E for a moment. It does 70 to 190 physical damage in an AoE around you. The physicality of it is great since a lot of people buy Hex Drinker against you. It has hybrid scaling, which is perfect since you rush Gunblade, and it has a low cooldown if you max it, and it's really good if you use it the right way. The right way being using it like this. As you just saw, I absolutely dicked on that Yasuo, and there was nothing he could do about it. This was because I did a few things. I utilized my Shroud expertly, I abused my stealth mechanic and made it to where he couldn't trade back, and I abused my E's cooldown reset, and I used my E to both clear the wave and harass him. That was the perfect trade for Akali, and if you use the same strategy I use, trading in top should be a breeze if done correctly. For better or worse, that's not all though. Another strategy to use is the Shroud bug. Basically, you use the shroud on the edge of a brush, any brush as long as it is not warded, and you'll be outside of the brush while still being completely invisible. The enemy cannot see you or the shroud. This can be used to get the jump on unsuspecting prey or extend your dash's range. Speaking of which, don't forget you can buffer your ult behind flash to effectively extend your dash range an extra 425 units if you don't mind sacrificing your flash's cooldown. Another thing worth noting is for roaming. If either side of the jungle's blast cones are up and you need to roam to the lane where the blast cone is at, you can completely negate vision granted by Scuttlebutt if you do this. Sure, once you get down there, you won't have Shroud up, but they'll likely be out of position anyway since they'll have the misinformed belief that Scuttle will grant them vision of an unsuspecting roamer. Smiley face. So that wraps things up, except for one last thing that I'm including just for you, 48. I know you're watching, boo. Don't forget to auto a minion before going in for a trade. It'll get the healing part of your passive out of the way for that juicy burst damage that you need. That actually wraps things up though. Sorry for being a week late on the video. I've been busy teaching my good friend and fellow Akali cultist 48 Decibels how to play League, and I've been maybe listening to New Kendrick. My name is Logan, aka Frostfire, and when I eventually reach gold, I 100% promise I will make a Akali tutorial vid covering literally everything I know about her. I'm just not qualified yet. Sorry if this video is subpar, but hope you enjoyed still. See you next time.